And to wrap things up, VR is finally becoming, well, a reality. And so we chatted to the CEO of Oculus.
As COO, I oversee pretty much everything that's not engineering. So making sure that we build the product to an awesome standard and specification, to working with our sales team, to helping get these events together, looking after finance and IT. So basically, make sure that we're doing all the business stuff so that the creative game makers and engineers can do their magic and bring the Rift to the people. The thing I'm most proud about is the amazing team we've put together that are building the Rift. This is a really, really hard product to do, to get right, because there's so many pieces, from optics and displays to the software to making those tools available for developers. It's just really, really difficult. And we've assembled now nearly 400 people that are helping build this amazing device. And so actually the number one thing I'm actually most proud of about is our team. Number two is really seeing virtual reality become something that a lot of people want and a lot of people are interested in. And that's from 3 years ago. That wasn't the case. And here we are about to launch. And it's in the news all the time. And we have lines at our booth. And we have people making games. And so that's my second, number two, but it's almost tied with number one. The biggest challenge is really creating a super comfortable device, something that can fit a lot of people, that they'll know how to use, and that there'll be enough content. So it's really around making sure that when they get it at the beginning, that there's stuff to do and that they can easily set it up and get it running. It's the ability to let people do anything, anywhere. That's really our mission. So it's the platform in which imagination can come to life. So for me, it's that potential, because it's not here yet, it's coming, right? So it's the potential of that experience of you and I discussing, our favorite game, but we're in different countries and we've decided that we want to be sitting in a third country to have that conversation, and then going and playing that game. So it's the promise of that. Well, beyond gaming, which I'm super looking forward to since I've made games for the past 2 decades, it would probably be education. I also teach at the University of Southern California, and I'd love to see how virtual reality can bring ideas and lessons and history and communication to life so that people understand each other better. So I'm super excited to see how VR impacts that. In 2 years, where does Oculus go? 2 years is still early for VR. Our recommended system spec is out. It does require a fairly powerful machine, particularly on the graphics cards. So in 2 years, I think we'll see those machines come down in price significantly. That means more people will be coming into VR. But I don't anticipate that we'll be at 75% of households. That's going to take a few years. We hope to get there very quickly. But I do think that we'll have amazing content coming out every week. I think we'll see also linear content, like our own story studio has done Henry, which we premiered last week, which everyone who gets the Rift will get as well. And so I think we'll see lots of that type of movies, VR movies coming out. So it's really that we'll see a broadening. 2 years, I think we'll start to see a really broad number of offerings that people can enjoy. Well, sort of two answers to how Facebook is really helping us achieve what we want to do as being part of Facebook. One, from just an underlying systems point of view, our platform is utilizing a lot of Facebook infrastructure. So for payments, for stability, so we can really put out a really exceptional experience to download games and whatnot. Beyond that, really, we don't control what the Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp teams do in VR. We can support them, but there's a lot of excitement at Facebook about what does it mean to have Instagram in VR? What would that be like, or Facebook? So in addition, Facebook's very excited about video, and we're very excited about 360 video inside. So I think we could potentially see a lot of synergies with having really our team extended by all these great engineers we have at Facebook. Facebook's 12,000 people, so. My favorite game demo. Oh, it's like picking my favorite child. My favorite game demo. It changes. So some days I really do like Edge of Nowhere from Insomniac. I've been an Insomniac fan for years and years and years. But I really like our VR sports and our hockey game, because I played goalie in dorm league hockey in college. So it's kind of like the closest I get. I'm much better actually in VR than I was in real life. So, but they're all different and special. I really like Lucky's Tale too, because it's fun and it reminds me, it's like being in an old school platformer. I think that VR in general is going to really push the PC market, for the desktop PC market in particular. Plus, I think we'll also see laptops eventually that can support VR. In terms of price, the more people that buy things, often we see that those prices come down to become lower. So I'm one of the reasons why we want to set a recommended spec now and hold it for the lifetime of the Rift is because those specifications will, in a year or two, will become very commonplace. So it's a combination of, it's the natural order of hardware as it lowers as new hardware comes out. And at the same time, I think we'll see an increase in those volumes. We're working closely with a lot of PC manufacturers and hardware manufacturers. They're very excited about VR. I think live events are going to be particularly powerful in VR, especially not like to replace going to the event, but you can't go to the event. The concert's in Rio de Janeiro. You can't afford to go there. But to be really special, it has to be something that your friends can do at the same time and you can experience it with them. So I think that live events that are social live events are going to be that is that do anything anywhere, and do it with live, or it may actually be recorded and you could join it, at the appropriate time or when you have time. So I'm really excited about those sorts of things. Sports as well. I can imagine the World Cup, going to the World Cup in VR.